Alright guys, pictures up.
Pictures up.
Pictures up.
Let's roll sound.
Rolling.
Rolling.
Sound speeds.
Camera speeds. 2. Awesome. Take 2. Mark.
Set. And action.
Welcome to the Penn Cinema Podcast, your behind-the-curtain connection for movie news and reviews. Now here are your hosts, Penn Ketchum and David Moulton.
Welcome to the show. I'm David Moulton.
And I'm Penn Ketchum.
What's up? Penn,
Now we're ready. For the first time in the history of the show, David asked me, as he always does, are you ready? And I always say, let's roll, or yes, or, you bet. Of course I am. Born ready is a good one.
And I often second guess him. Are you sure?
Right. Because often I'm not.
Even though he says yes.
Just like life. I think I'm ready, but I'm not.
Yeah, exactly.
I think I know what I'm doing. What's the expression? The best way to make God laugh is to share with him or her all your plans.
Yeah. I just thought of a funny story that's embarrassing for me, but funny at the same time.
That's the best kind.
Right? So, you know, I'm out there playing the field.
Sure.
Right? Talking to a girl or whatever.
Oh, no. I thought you meant like baseball.
No. I mean...
Dating.
Yeah.
Okay.
Dating.
Not sports ball.
Right.
Okay.
And she was like, I'll listen. She was not a movie person. And we saw a movie together. She's like, I'll wait till you review that movie and I'll listen to the podcast. And then she told me in the morning last week, she's like, I'm listening to the show. I'm like, oh, great.
Oh, my God.
And then I ghosted. I never heard from her again.
Yeah.
No responses.
I get that a lot.
Guess this show makes a good impression.
Note to self. Podcast? What's a podcast?
Yeah, I've never done that.
Never heard of that. Definitely nothing to see here. Keep moving, folks.
Exactly.
Oh, my gosh.
So, speaking of news.
Yes. David.
Do you have any big news? Speaking
of being a kid.
What?
Speaking of not being ready for life.
You've got so much sidewalk chalk out here.
I know. you would be justified in wondering why do we have so much sidewalk chalk? Sidewalk chalk, yes.
Yeah.
Dozens of cases of sidewalk chalk?
Maybe also yes.
Maybe. Well, when I was a Ute, my ever-loving parents, they had a very strict television policy. Pretty much 0 to none. But I was allowed to watch the Muppet Show.
Nice.
Yeah, we watched the Muppets. When I was older, I was allowed to watch Dukes of Hazzard. Of course, I watched Sesame Street, like the kids stuff, Electric Company.
Well, the Muppets is like the next upgrade.
Right, exactly.
Your parents could enjoy it too.
Right. I don't remember them watching it with me, but anyway, maybe they did. At some point, approximately 45 years ago, they made the Muppet movie, and it was so fun, and everybody loved the Muppet movie. Whether you were old enough to see it in theaters, or if you've seen it on VHS when you were a kid, or now, if you're enjoying the Muppets online with your own children, you'll be glad to know that this coming weekend, June 2nd, the Muppet movie is being released in theaters, and Penn Cinema is showing it with $5 tickets.
Nice.
What's up? Bring the whole family, $20. You're good to go. Or just come by yourself, and it's only $5.
Gotta love the Muppets.
I think I am really going to make an effort to watch this, because I bet you it's been, I don't even want to venture a guess, but I'll bet you it's been 20 or 30 years.
We do. That we just make that our movie.
Done.
And then...
Done.
We have to see it.
That's our movie.
Right.
Oh, my God. That's so exciting. Yeah. And you know what? I'm not going to do it because I don't want to offend our listeners. But just having the theme song running through the back of my head right now, it's time to light the music, light the lights. Oh, man. Such a great show. All right, great.
Cool. That's in June, you said.
June 2nd, this coming weekend. Opens on Sunday. There's a 1 o'clock and a 7 o'clock, and then there's like a Monday night show.
So it's got to be our movie.
Yeah, perfect.
All right, so show will go up on Tuesday because we got to see it Sunday.
Oh, right.
So,
yep.
That work for you?
That works for me. David, anything else going on? Speaking of G-rated innocent movies.
Yeah, speaking of things for the whole family.
Right.
Deadpool and Wolverine is record-breaking pre-sales for an R-rated movie.
Can I just tell you how happy it makes me to hear you say that?
Yeah.
It's the only good news in the movie business right now.
Right. It's been a rough weekend.
Rough.
We're going to get into that?
It's been the rough weekend at the end of a rough month.
Yeah.
I mean, I think this is, so the movie business is cyclical in nature, and so that's fine. And I always tell people the truth, which is that I've learned along the way not to get too excited when it's gangbusters and not to get too depressed when it's slow. But this, I would say, is the most disappointing month that I've ever seen in terms of not living up to expectations. We've had slower months, we've had a lot of good movies this month. There's great content, et cetera. But for a whole host of reasons, it has been one disappointment after another in terms of movies not living up to your expectations. So 6 months ago, you look at the lineup for May and you're going like King Kong, Fall Guy, Planet of the Apes, this is going to be gangbusters month.
Yeah.
One massive hit after another.
This weekend has been hailed as one of the worst Memorial Days.
Well, the headline that I saw, which I think captures it pretty effectively because it takes into account the whole month, the headline that I read was, Summer of 2024 fails to launch. You know what I mean? And I think that's right. And I don't think it's going to launch until June 13th when Inside Out opens. Bad Boys opens in 2 weeks.
Now, okay, so...
And Inside Out opens in 3 weeks, just to finish the thought.
I want to know what you think is why, because I watched a video on a breakdown of theories of why, and there's a bunch of different ones.
You better hit me with that, because I don't know.
Okay, so what I was hearing is people... we're still seeing ramifications of pandemic culture, and that the streaming services has changed the viewer perspective of I can just wait.
Yeah.
Nobody feels rushed anymore.
No urgency.
Right. That plus in more major metropolitan area, movie-going etiquette is at an all-time low, I heard, so people don't want to go because of the experience.
We don't have that issue at Penn
Not
Center.
here. But I think it's that's why I said more major. Like when there's a lot more people, it becomes a much more bigger issue.
Sure.
And was the other thing that they were saying is that the remake and sequel boom is over, and Hollywood hasn't caught on yet. That the movies that they're making aren't what people want to see anymore.
So I'll buy those first two theories.
Yeah.
I don't buy that third theory.
Yeah.
Because even though I know that Fall Guy technically was based on a TV show from the 80s, most of the people who came and saw it
had no clue.
Did not know that. So I'm going to count Fall Guy as a fresh content. If is obviously 1,000% fresh content. Planet of the Apes and Furiosa, obviously not. They're franchises. And I don't know, where do you rank Garfield? Garfield as a sequel, I guess, or
a reboot, I would say.
A remake, or something like that. Because they've had Garfield movies, right?
Reimagining, I would call it.
Yeah. But anyway, you wouldn't say that Garfield is fresh content.
No.
Yeah. But even like the biggest hit we've had in recent memory is Dune. That's a reboot.
Yeah. It is.
Oh,
all right.
David is dying. David's head just exploded.
You know what happened?
He froze.
I was in a group chat with two of my friends, and the one said, I have questions about Dune's ending and other things. And their first question, why do they call it Dune? And I was like, hold your horses.
Oh, my God.
And because these guys know how much I love Dune, so she knew who she was coming to, and I just let loose on first I answered that question, and then I went off about how much I hate the ending to Dune 2, and how I feel it ruins the franchise. And I go off, and then the third guy just goes, dude, spoilers.
I think if I was in a group text with a bunch of people, including you, and one of them said, why do they call it Dune? I would have immediately texted David has left the group.
Yeah. So
here's the thing. So I do not like. So it's incredibly difficult month, incredibly challenging. But I do not give up any faith in the ability. Like I don't think movie going has changed. I think there is like I said at the top of this story, it's cyclical. It's going to come and go, and we're going to have great years ahead of us, and we're going to have some more bad years ahead of us at some point. And, I think we're not done writing the story of coming out of the pandemic.
Right.
I don't think we're done with that. And I think that, the history of the movie business is like a stock ticker. It goes up and down, and attendance has always trended up, and right now it's not doing that. But I don't think that has fundamentally changed.
Well, I think these studios are shooting themselves in the foot.
Yes.
Because it doesn't make sense.
It's so stupid.
I think they would make more money in the theater.
No. Let me correct you. It's not that you would think they would make more money in the movie theater. It has been proven that they make more money in the movie theater.
Yeah, than going to streaming.
Right. And why would you go into streaming 4 or 5 days before a big holiday weekend? Why, if you have to put Fall Guy on streaming, why wouldn't you wait till Tuesday after Memorial Day?
Right.
What the hell?
Why?
It makes no sense whatsoever. I was whatever. We got into that last week.
Yeah. Well, Fall Guy has gone to video on demand after 17 days.
Right.
Of its theatrical
which
release.
Is their stated policy for movies that underperform, which I get if the movie.
But they announced that instantly.
First of all, they announced it instantly, and second of all, this movie did underperform, but I would not call it a flop.
No.
It still made, what did it make, $28 million? I mean, it was a respectable opening.
Yeah.
And now granted, they thought it was going to be 35 million or 40 or something like that. So technically, I would agree it underperformed, but it was not a failure. It was not a flop. You don't kick it to the curb immediately. And also, what a great way to pull the rug out from under your audience. Because anybody who's planning to see it at the theaters now, screw it.
Well, say that you were on the edge of deciding whether or not to go to the theater.
Right. You could pay $15 to go see it at your multiplex, or
like, what is it, $20, $30?
$20, $30 to see it at home.
Yeah, one time.
But
because you don't own it.
Right.
But now they're saying, but if you watched it at home, it's a special extended edition of the movie.
Right.
So now they're like putting in things to draw people to the video on demand and not the theater.
Right.
Which, I don't know. It just doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah.
You could have waited another 2-3 weeks and made the same money.
Well, I'll tell you what it tells me is that Universal gives no shits about the exhibition industry.
Clearly. So, but all right, we'll talk more about bombs later in the show. Remember Knives Out?
Is this the Daniel Craig with a southern accent?
Yeah.
Who done it?
Yeah. But then Glass Onion was great.
Yeah. Didn't we love both of them?
Yeah. And the thing about Glass Onion is it was a Netflix release that in the last, they sent it to theaters and it did really well for 1 weekend or something.
It was 2-week run.
Yeah.
Or maybe it was a 10-day, it was 2 weekends. Mm-hmm. And it was controversial because, a lot of my colleagues were up in arms. Oh, yeah, you can't do that. Oh. I thought it was brilliant. I thought it was absolutely brilliant.
Yeah.
You build the excitement. It's in movie theaters these 2 weekends. It got great reviews, great buzz. The theaters did great business. Mm-hmm. And then it promoted Netflix, which, fair enough. I'm not trying to put any of these guys, obviously out of business. And we've talked before about how some streamers like Disney Plus have done a really great job of using the streaming platform to support their theatrical releases. And I don't have any problem with that. And so I thought that the release of Glass Onion was beautiful, in exclusivity, which built buzz around the title and got audiences into the movie theaters. And then it drops in Netflix.
Yeah.
I thought that was a great, really smart use of your streaming platform.
Now they're coming out with a third one.
So we have Knives Out, a Glass Onion, a Knives Out mystery.
Right.
And now a third one.
A third one. It's called Wake Up Dead Man, a Knives Out mystery.
Yeah.
Now the creator hates the subtitle, a Knives Out mystery. He said they're supposed to be contained, their own entity.
I like it.
separate thing. I think it's his own fault for not coming up with an overarching name. Because I don't feel like a Knives Out mystery makes sense. Since the first one, the Knives Out is the name of the
of the movie.
of the one story,
Right.
Just as a Glass Onion is the
Right.
name of the one story.
But you're talking about like
It should have been called whatever Daniel Craig's character's name is,
whatever.
or
David,
yeah.
shoulda, coulda, woulda.
But the studio doesn't think people are smart enough to put it together.
Shoulda, coulda,
But
woulda.
if the Death on the Nile, Death on the Orient Express movies can connect without.
But it's too late. You've already tagged it
Yeah.
a Knives Out mystery, and so I fully support from here on out. Anytime you want to have something, you want to make a third one, call it Knives Out mystery.
Okay.
Make a 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, 9th, 100th.
That's the only
Knives
negative
Out
thing I have to
mystery.
say. I'm really looking forward to this. Wake Up Dead Man, a Knives Out mystery coming soon, just announced.
Yeah.
So
I want to announce a programming note for Penn Cinema.
say what?
What? Holla. This is actual news. Actual hard-hitting journalism
What?
right here. As you know,
Uh-huh.
sometime back, we made a conscious decision to include open caption titles in our programming.
Yeah.
Regardless, historically, we only did it when people requested it. But what I've done for the last year or two is there's a whole tag on our website. If you're interested in open caption titles, you click on penncinema.com, you select your location, Lidditz or whatever, and then there's a button that says more. You click on more, and there's a drop-down menu, and one of the drop-down menus is open caption.
Nice.
That will reveal, you click on open caption, it reveals a full schedule of all the upcoming shows forever at Penn Cinema. So, for example, we already have an open caption show. What, a shitty show a week after it opens? No. Opening night of Deadpool, we have
Nice.
open captions.
Nice.
We have open captions of Inside Out. We have open captions of lots of movies over the next few weeks. I'm not sure if that's successful or not, but I'm trying to be really patient with letting it grow. You know what I mean? Because I do feel like the people who appreciate open captions probably really appreciate it. And I have heard from some folks who really appreciate it. The numbers aren't really there from a strictly business point of view. But since the combination of this not being, we talked a few minutes ago about not being a great time in the movie business, the result of that is I can spare an extra show, for open caption. So I'm trying to find a silver lining to that. So we are adding another amenity to our slate of movies. What I'm talking about is Spanish language subtitles. So the first one I put on sale is Deadpool, and I'm going to add additional titles. And the idea is the movie is in English with Spanish language subtitles. And I'm going to start promoting that and do that for, all the maybe not every movie, but all the big movies. And certainly if there's anyone listening who has an opinion on this, podcast at penncinema.com, let me know about it. I'm sort of unrolling it now. I'm debating in my mind how much I want to, do I take out an ad in La Voz? Do I seek out an interview in a Spanish language radio show or anything? I don't know. I'm sort of debating what I want to do with that, but we are definitely going to add Spanish language subtitles to our upcoming slate.
That's awesome.
I think so. I think it's cool. And I remember talking to people, Latinos, who said to me, we want to hear the movie the way it was made, but it's helpful. Most of the people that are going to take advantage of this are people who are bilingual, but maybe they grew up speaking Spanish. So, they can catch 90% of what's on the movie, and they want to hear Ryan Reynolds and they want to hear the voices of the famous celebrities, but they like having the Spanish language subtitles to help sort of make sure they're connecting the dots,
Right.
Correctly. So yeah, I'm excited about that. I think it's pretty cool, and we'll give it a whirl.
That's awesome.
And maybe I'll have to learn some Spanish.
No.
See. I'm already underway.
Halfway there.
Yeah. And so are you, because I think no is Spanish for no.
That's right. We're basically fluent.
Pretty much.
Yeah. There's another big thing going on before we wrap up news.
I spent a summer, I studied Spanish in high school.
What?
Like many, 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 many people.
I was a French boy.
And then in the summer... Did you wear a beret?
Oh, every day.
Yeah, obviously.
Yeah.
Did I ever tell you about the time I convinced a gullible coworker that I spoke French?
yeah.
All right, so David, you're a French boy, huh? You were a French boy.
Oh, it's no big deal.
Oui, monsieur.
Everything's more beautiful than Paris.
In gay Paris. Okay, well, I can't. I was going to tell you a story about how I used to be really good at speaking Spanish, but
Yeah.
I cannot compete with David in a beret, sipping wine in a villa in Paris.
But we had to choose French names.
What's wrong with David?
Well, it wasn't. Everyone had to choose a French name.
Yeah.
I was Jean Paul.
Jean-Paul. The famous marathoner from Seinfeld.
Yeah, clearly.
Yeah, obviously.
Yeah. Well, last bit of news.
All right, last bit of news.
Okay. This week is the Women's U.S. Open.
Yes, the LPGA.
Right. It's only a mere 25 to 30 minutes away from here.
Right.
Right? So,
I don't think it's that far. I think when you say here, you're talking about the theater?
Yeah.
It's 10 to 15 minutes from here, but everybody acts like it's an hour and a half.
it's about 20 minutes.
All right. I'll give you 20. I'll give you 20.
Because traffic through Neffsville?
Why are you going through Neffsville?
Well, which way are they going to go?
Well, I don't know how they're going to go, but if they're smart, they go out Oregon Road, Kissel Hill, across past Butter Road, and out to 23.
Is there enough lights for big traffic time to do that?
You bet there is.
Okay, well, here's the deal.
All right, talk to me.
A mere 20 minutes plus away.
You had to throw in the plus.
Yeah. is the Women's U.S. Open.
So what you're saying is the largest women's golf game, is that what you match, tournament, open, something,
Yeah. Championship.
is happening right here in Lancaster County.
It is.
That's a big deal.
It's huge.
Massive.
It's huge. So where should you park for something like that?
At Penn Cinema,
A mere 20 plus minutes away.
your favorite local multiplex.
Yeah. Right next door in the field. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, literally.
Yeah.
The 30 acres of farmland next to Penn Cinema has been, they planned it out. They paid the farmer to not grow crops so that they could grow grass and use it as a parking lot for a week.
Isn't it like 400,000 or something?
No.
40,000?
I don't know how many people they're expecting at the tournament, but our parking situation is planning to support 3,000 cars.
That's it?
Yeah.
I thought the numbers for the last one were much bigger.
Maybe they were. I
But
don't know.
Instead of Park City, which for whatever reason,
Yeah.
they can't park them there.
Well, the rumor mill is that Park City told them to pound sand.
Yeah, all I know is they can't. So they were like, why not go even further away?
Okay, David, can I just ask you something?
We're a mere hour and a half away.
David, let me ask you this. I'm serious. This is a legitimate question. A legitimate question because you clearly have an attitude about this, right? I want to know. I got to know. I got to get to the bottom of this. David.
Yeah.
David Moulton.
Yeah.
What do you give a shit where they park?
I don't. I put myself in the shoes of someone coming to it and then having to wait for a shuttle and then sitting on a shuttle with a bunch of other people crammed together. And for 20 to 25 to 30 minutes.
I don't think they're going to be crammed together. I think they're going to be sitting in a very nice air-conditioned charter bus. I'll tell you what would stress me out if I was in charge of this whole situation.
Yeah.
The weather report over the next 5 days looks dire. Ooh. No bueno.
The charter bus situations makes it more. I just think about other types of things that I've been to like this, which are clearly not as financially air classy as the Women's U.S. Open. But they're just like, oh, here's a school bus.
Well, let me tell you, without mentioning any names, Penn Cinema has been screwed in the past by trying to play nice with people who needed parking lot space.
Yeah.
Not mentioning any situations, but it was a freaking nightmare. And we walked away from that event saying, we'll never do that again. We were approached by the guy from the LPGA, and also, I spoke to the manager of the airport and met with these guys and talked to them. The degree to which these people are organized is stunning. Like, they are the most organized, pleasant, professional group of people that I I don't think it's an exaggeration to say that I've ever worked with. Like they are like, you know what I mean? Like you just look at an operation like they're not the LPGA for nothing. You know what I mean? Like this is a global brand, and to deal with their people shows you what it takes to be a global brand.
You know what you as a smart businessman should pull off?
What? Don't tell me coffee truck.
No.
Okay.
No. One, are you, first off, side note,
Yeah.
Are you concerned about overflow into, like, people not paying attention and coming and parking in here?
Well, David, a less organized, less professional group would probably let that happen.
Okay.
But this is not, telling people to go park in the field and hope they make it into the field.
Right.
This is parking attendants, management, fire, police. Like, you're not going to just willy-nilly, aim towards the field and hope you get near there.
Right.
So no, I'm not worried about overflow into the Penn Center parking lot. I look at it the same way I look at theater hopping.
Okay.
It's going to happen, but not to the degree that I need to criminalize it and make a big deal about it. Like, I'm not going to stress out about if one guy thinks he can beat the system and finds his way into my parking lot.
Right.
But 99.5% of the people who come to park for the golf thing are going to end up in the field.
Do you think it'll deter people from movie going?
No.
Okay. All right. So back to what I was saying, smart businessman Penn.
Yeah.
Right. Get yourself a horse-drawn cart full of hay.
Oh.
And don't just roll up beside and be like, do you want the authentic? Do you want to take your charter bus? Or do you want the Lancaster County authentic trip to the golf? And now we're talking about an hour and a half.
I don't think people
get
who
over
are
there.
coming to the golf tournament are interested in an authentic Lancaster County experience.
You might be surprised. You sell it right. You price it right, $50 a pop.
Right.
Because it's got to be expensive or it's not worth it.
David, do you know one of my all-time least favorite activities in the entire world, to the point that I will refuse even at the expense of making something socially awkward?
What's that?
A hayride. You will not find me on a hayride.
Well, you'll be leading it. That's why.
I will not be leading it. All right. Can we call that news?
Whoa, it's a golf swing.
The golf swing. All right.
Yeah.
Now we have trailers, and I think I would like to categorize this as we have a trailer, and then we have 7 other trailers. We have a good trailer, a decent trailer, and 6 other trailers. All right, let me go further. We have a good trailer, a decent trailer, a respectable trailer, and 5 pieces of shit.
I only liked 2 trailers.
Yeah, me too.
And they're not going to be the ones that you liked. I can tell already. Leave the pack.
Starting us off is the week's only decent trailer, Beetlejuice, which opens in September. Trailer looks amazing. The juice is loose.
I hated this
Michael
trailer.
Keaton is back. Catherine O'Hara is back. And they got, what's her face? Ortega.
Yeah.
She looks great. Jenna Ortega. This movie is going to be so fun. I literally can't wait.
Is it?
And also, just a shout out to any listeners who might happen to share a home with one of us podcasters. We need to make a mental note to watch Beetlejuice, because I don't think
You hear that, cats?
I haven't seen it in many years, and I know my kids have not seen it, or I would be shocked if they have.
I feel like it's going to destroy the old one,
Yes.
which I also hated.
No, like in a good. You mean destroy? Like
Well, it's all the little funny bits are coming back. Like when he goes to marry her and he pulls out the finger and he's like, she means nothing for me. And it's the wedding band on the finger. She means nothing to me. Well, then in the trailer, they show someone looking for Beetlejuice, and it's a woman scorned, and she's missing her finger with the ring finger. So it's clearly the woman he scorned.
Right.
It's just a lot of repeat jokes from a movie that's not good.
You know you're in the minority, right? Beetlejuice is a beloved epic classic.
Yeah. Just because some people think that doesn't mean that my opinion isn't the right one.
All right, well, take it from me. This is my trailer of the week, and also my only decent trailer of the week.
That's harsh. Next up, we have a movie neither of us are going to see.
I've spent a lot of time with you and have developed the ability to have a harsh opinion when so desired. Little me.
Long Legs, starring Nicolas Cage, part of the Recageissance. Horror movie that I have no interest in even watching any more trailers about. Just because it doesn't look interesting, but also because it doesn't look like the type of movie I want to watch.
This movie is called Long Legs. It's from Neon, and it opens July 12th, which is hilarious to me if they think it's going to get a lot of screens.
There's a lot of buzz around it.
Well, let me tell you.
It doesn't mean much.
It doesn't mean much. You know, we just talked about how disappointing Memorial Day weekend was. You know what my biggest disappointment of the weekend was?
But,
Babes. Remember how much I told you I loved that movie? It was so good. Marley and I were laughing and crying, and it was amazing. And it did absolutely diddly squat. Okay, Long Legs is the second trailer. Is that your trailer of the week?
No.
Okay, number 3. I will say that this was an acceptable trailer called Harold and the Purple Crayon.
Yeah.
It stars the doctor from Mrs. Maisel. It's fine.
And what's his name?
Shazam.
Chuck?
Shazam. Yeah.
And Zoe Deschanel.
Okay.
I'm in for this one because, well, unlike some cultured people here, I read Harold and the Purple Crayon.
I read it and loved it.
Yeah.
And we watched this trailer before, a different trailer version.
Yeah, this one didn't really add anything.
Yeah. And I think we both agreed this movie looks like it's going to be a great fun kids movie. And the premise is the premise almost like the polar opposite of the book's premise? Like the cartoon people end up in the real world drawing cartoon stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think it looks cute. It looks like a lot of fun. I hope the marketing team does a better job with it than some other recent kids movies have done, because it has a lot of potential.
Next is my trailer of the week.
All right. I will give it to you. This was a cute trailer. I did watch this entire trailer. I really appreciated it. And I will not say anything bad about this trailer, even though it wasn't my trailer of the week. But I don't have a problem with it being your trailer.
The statement "I did watch the whole trailer" insinuates that he did not watch all of the other trailers.
Spot on.
What kind of critic are you? Late Bloomer starts Karen Gillan, and
do we know Karen Gillan? Are we supposed to know her from somewhere?
Yeah, like a million things. Well, first off, all the Guardians of the Galaxy movies. She's Nebula. She was in that movie, I don't remember if we watched it, where she cloned herself and then the clone took her spot because she was dying. But then she got healed and the clone took her life.
She wanted her spot back.
Yeah. But most famously, she was my favorite companion from Doctor Who.
Oh, okay. Salute.
Yeah. But this looks great. It's she breaks her hip and she gets stuck in a room with an older lady who broke her hip, and they become kind of reluctant. She winds up getting a job taking care of the old lady, and they just have this odd generational crossing friendship.
I will agree. This movie looks beautiful. Really well made.
It's not going to be amazing.
It's not going to be amazing. I'm not even sure if it's going to make it to theaters, but the comment I came away with the most on this trailer was, by the end of the trailer, I was fully on board. Yeah. Like at the beginning of the trailer, I was like, meh. I was like, oh, okay, this is very touching, and oh, I get it, blah, blah, blah. But then by the end of the trailer, I was like fully invested. And that scene at the very end of the trailer when they're trying on their Depends, and then the roommate walks in with her boyfriend, and the grandmother bursts out laughing. Like, that was a great laugh. Like, it's really hard to fake laugh, and that was like, that really got me. I think this does look cute. It's called Late Bloomers, coming soon from Vertical.
Next up, we have A Sacrifice, starring Sadie Sink and Eric Bana, about a guy who investigates cults and stuff, and then his daughter gets wrapped up in one.
Cults and stuff?
Cults and stuff.
I think that's the name of his investigation company. Yeah.
Cults and Stuff Investigation Unit.
Right.
Yeah. Eric Bana.
CNSIU.
Yeah.
Right.
This looks like a whatever movie.
Sadie Sink is amazing. I can't wait for her to do a good movie. Like a proper, somebody please get her into a mainstream big movie that she can excel at, because she looks amazing.
She's so
There's 0% chance I'm going to see this movie. But I was reminded of how much she grabs your, she's so great. Like she demands your attention when she's on screen. Really interesting.
Next up, Murder Company, starring Kelsey Grammer, in a role that looks like he read it off the toilet. And he was just sitting there and read it off the toilet.
This movie is called Murder Company. It stars Kelsey Grammer, and it's coming soon to select theaters and digital on July 5th.
It's I like how it goes, a true story based on events that were never recorded. It literally says that.
Right.
But whose people who experienced it are adamant that it happened.
They gave it a name.
Yeah.
Murder Company.
Yeah. So, whatever. My runner-up for the week.
So we have pizza movies, and then I think we should also copyright, we have whatever movies.
Whatever.
Oh, and we also have paycheck movies.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is not really, I'm not even going to call this a paycheck movie. To me, this is a whatever movie.
Yeah.
I think it gave Kelsey Grammer
Kelsey
Grammer a chance to dress up as a general and play World War II.
Right. He's like, I
Yeah,
want to be a...
yeah, I'll definitely do that.
Yeah. Next up, we have my runner-up called Reverse the Curse. And I think this looks heartwarming, except I won't watch it because it's entirely based around baseball. I will get bored. Reverse the Curse.
I must watch the wrong trailer.
I think you must have. This is about a guy who goes home because his dad has cancer.
Oh, I did see this. I don't understand how you say that's all about baseball. One of the plot lines is that the father is obsessed with the Red Sox.
Yeah, that's the whole thing. Is he starts this big lie that the Red Sox are winning, so that his dad can be happy at the end, and so he just keeps doing all these things to keep up this lie
Right.
that the Red Sox are winning for the first time. And you see in the trailer him doing all these things, like faking the newspaper, convincing his dad's friends at the barbershop to play along, all this stuff. And then he's like, Dad, we're getting close. They're in the car. He's like, we're getting close to Boston. It's your old stomping area. He's like, oh, I've never been. He's like, well, why are you a Sox fan? He's like, oh, I just like to annoy people.
Because it takes place in New York.
Right.
Yeah.
You're looking at me like you didn't watch the whole trailer.
I watched a lot of the trailer, David. I don't appreciate the implication.
You didn't know the plot.
I definitely knew the plot. What? I knew he walks into the barbershop, everybody screams and yells. And,
Okay.
Like, I remember that.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
then there's some kind of twist at the end because it comes out that, like, maybe he should have spent more time with mom. Or maybe he should have paid attention to mom.
All right, I take it back.
All these years I've been obsessed with the Sox.
I know.
You know what? What's a red flag to me? And I hate
Baseball?
I hate to admit that.
That's a red flag for me.
I still stand by my comment. I don't think this movie is about baseball.
It's about him getting close to his dad, and then there's a lot of baseball involved.
Okay, there may be some baseball. Oh my God, David. You're impossible.
Best part about growing up without a dad was not having baseball around.
That was the best. That's the silver lining,
That's the
ladies and
silver
gentlemen.
lining.
I didn't have a dad, but I didn't have baseball either.
Yes,
So what's up?
That's what I got.
Yeah,
Come at me.
That works. Oh my God. I forget what I was going to say about this dumb movie. Oh no, I was going to say it's a warning sign. And I hate to admit this because there are some really good examples where it shouldn't have been like there's some, and I'm not going to be able to name one, but I'm sure you'll think of one as soon as I say what I'm talking about. Good examples where it's worked out great and it's a terrific movie. But in general, when the movie is written and directed by the star of the movie, it makes me feel like it's a passion project, or it's like a red flag. Like David Duchovny stars as the dad. He also wrote it and directed it and produced it and held the gaffer and did everything.
Yeah, my comeback would be the Murder on the Orient Express, Death on the Nile.
What's that?
And what was the last one? Murder in Venice.
Yeah.
Those are all screenplay written and directed and starred in by Kenneth Branagh.
Okay, so there's your exceptions to the rule.
Yeah, but you're right. Yeah.
Yeah.
You just said as soon as you said it, I think of one, and I did. All right, ready to move on from trailers?
No.
Oh, That's because we have another gem to talk about. This movie finished filming 4 years ago.
I have even worse news.
Yeah.
This movie finished filming 4 years ago. Planned a... Maybe I shouldn't say. Because I feel like maybe I might get in trouble for saying. Let's just say I have witnessed some incredibly poor marketing decisions.
Wow.
On behalf of this movie, which is called Reagan, and stars Dennis Quaid as Mr. Reagan, President Reagan, Governor Reagan.
Right.
I don't know. If you're really into Reagan, does it look interesting? Like, I don't know. It doesn't look like a great movie. I'll just sort of say, like, it looks okay. I don't know.
You think it's the type of movie that people will go to and enjoy, and then as they walk out, their enjoyment will then, say, trickle down to others as they talk about it?
I get it. That's a joke, right? That's a political... it's
trickle down in economics.
Ah, yes. There you go. Thank you. Yes.
Yeah.
Right. I knew there was something in there. I wasn't sure what.
I know the politics. No, not really. Don't actually
the
come
sports
at me.
ball and the politics. We're all about it.
Yeah. All right. You ready to move on to our movie review this week?
What were we accused of all those years ago?
Liberal bastards, is that what they called us?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh,
liberal bullshit.
Liberal BS. I'm tired of all the
liberal BS.
Yeah.
Which struck both of us as hilarious because we weren't really sure what problem.
We were like,
was.
what did we talk about?
What's this now? Okay.
Right, ready?
Movie of the week, movie review.
Movie review
by two professional hard-hitting journalists who definitely saw the movie.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Is it going to be one of these?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Furiosa. A Mad Max story that is kind of like a Knives Out mystery saga.
Please.
I did see this movie. I'm totally kidding.
Okay.
I did watch all of it. Stayed through the credits to see if there would be any kind of...
There was.
What was there?
It's like an illusion that Nux is still alive. It's like a little bobblehead.
I forget that.
That's okay.
But I definitely stayed and watched.
Yeah. There's a post-credits thing.
Anyway, that's not what we're here to talk about. The movie is called Furiosa, a Mad Max Saga, starring Anya Taylor-Joy, who, by the way, you don't see until an hour and 5 minutes into the movie.
Fun fact, though. This is something I learned about in post. They spent a lot of money on every new scene with a little girl, they use CG to slightly make her face look more and more
noticed,
like Anya Taylor-Joy.
I would not have been able to articulate that, but I did notice that the girl was aging and also how well the girl was cast for being a young Anya Taylor-Joy.
Yeah.
There was one scene where I had to squint. I thought it was Anya Taylor-Joy.
Because they keep changing her face.
That was smart.
To look, and I thought that was more shows with flashbacks should do that. I'm sure it's expensive.
My take on this movie, first of all, I loved it. I thought what I loved about it is you're gonna laugh because I don't remember the last few movies that we saw, but I feel like lately, whether it's movies I've seen in the theater or stuff I've watched at home, I feel like there's complicated plot lines and there's flashbacks and there's varying sequences and things are out of order and things which 9 times out of 10 I love, But then when you get a movie that's just straightforward, it starts when she's a young girl and it moves forward until she's not, and then that's the end of the movie. Like, I'm all about it. I loved that this movie was simple and it was straightforward. There's good guys, there's bad guys. The good guys were escaping from the bad guys. There was different levels of bad guys. It sort of explored the Mad Max universe. It had the wasteland and it made real clear, the different locations within the wastelands. I don't know. That's what I felt like it was pretty straightforward. You?
I think this movie is one of the worst movies I've seen in a long time. Absolute trash. Do not go see it. It is insanely boring. 1 hour into the movie, I thought we were close. I was like, we've got to be getting close to the runtime. I looked at my phone. It was only an hour. I turned to my friend and I said, "This is boring, right?" And he said, "It's so incredibly boring." And it was, I have not wanted to walk out of the theater so much in such a long time.
Wow.
This movie was horrible.
Wow.
Such a complete waste of my night. I left upset. Like, I was like, this was bad.
I could have been playing games all night,
I could have been doing anything
getting a pizza.
all night. I could have watched another movie all night.
I will agree that I felt it was a little long.
Yeah.
Like, I felt like they took maybe too long to set up the background. It didn't have to be quite so extensive. The drama with the mother, I think they could have gained some ground there. It didn't have to be 2 hours and 20 minutes. It could have been 2 hours. Could have been 2:05.
It was only 2 hours. I feel like it's longer than 2 hours and 20 minutes.
It wasn't even 2:20. It was like 2:16.
Oh my gosh, I thought it was longer than that. But
What are you hearing? I haven't really been in the loop. Is it are people hating it like you, or because I thought it like?
I'm sure people love it. Everyone loved Mad Max Fury Road.
Did you like Fury Road?
I didn't like Fury Road. Well, until recently when I watched it again and I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
But this, like, the only two things it had on it three things that I thought were interesting about it. One, I liked the three motorcycle chariot. I thought that was cool. I thought it was neat that they explored like the cities of the wasteland.
Right.
The downside of that is none of them had the structure to like support, other than Gastown, to support the people. Like, it didn't make any sense. Like, Bullet Town was like one building.
It was just a big hole.
Yeah, and like Gastown at least looked kind of like it could be a city.
Right.
And then the Citadel, at least, the people live like in the holes in the ground.
Yeah.
But it just didn't do much. And then the third thing is Anya Taylor-Joy's got a pretty face. That was like the only other thing it had going for it.
Huh? I liked it because I was never sure, and this is what kept me interested throughout the whole movie. I was never sure what she was going after. Like, what was she trying to do? Was she trying to kill Chris Hemsworth? Was she trying to, like what was she going after, and how was she going to do it? And I kept being on the edge of my seat. There was a few scenes where she like saw him, where she crossed paths with him, but she wasn't ready to make her move. You know what I mean? Like she was kind of playing the long game. So I was intrigued. You know what I mean? Like, I thought, like, oh, this is going to be cool.
Well, I don't think she went full revenge for him until after she killed her boyfriend or whatever. That's when she was, like, totally out for revenge.
I think she was out for revenge the whole time. She was just playing a longer game. But you're right. That certainly didn't help.
Because it seemed like she was more focused on just getting home I
also enjoyed the way, although I was a little surprised, the way the end of this movie dovetailed without missing a beat into the beginning of Fury Road.
Right.
I thought there would be more. I thought this was more of a prequel. Like, there would be a movie or two or a timeline or two between Furiosa and Fury Road.
It ends where the next one begins. But how did you feel about the decision of, instead of being like, go watch the other movie, they just showed it in the credits?
Oh yeah, yes, that was weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was very weird.
Like, why?
Right.
That's very odd. So
yeah, I thought that
really
was.
wanted to
I
like
thought
this
it was
movie.
odd, and I also thought it was like, it felt in a way, it kind of felt like cheap.
Yes.
Like they were recycling, bits.
They could have shown like a little bit of it, but it just kept going.
Yeah,
Like, they're literally just showing the movie.
there was a lot of the second movie in the credits scene.
It's a weird decision.
Yeah, but I'd stand by my comment. I thought this movie was great. I really enjoyed it. I appreciated how it was straightforward. And maybe maybe we're saying two sides of the same coin. I felt as though it was straightforward. David felt as though it was boring. You know what I mean? Like, maybe because it was straightforward, you found it boring. Maybe if they had played around with the timelines, they would have found a way to catch your interest.
I don't know. I do know that if I never see this movie again, it'll be too soon.
Well, I certainly don't agree with that comment, but I will say, like, there have been other movies where I'm like, if a friend of mine wanted to see it and I had already seen it, I'd be down for, like, yeah, no problem, let's go see it. You know what I mean? Whereas with this title, I'm kind of like, nah, I've seen it, I'd be happy to run it for you or get you a pass or, hook you up with a free ticket or something like that, but I don't need to see it again.
Yeah. I mean, I'm usually open to seeing things again if just for the social aspect, but this would be one where I'd just be like, don't see it.
You'd be like, can we go see Garfield instead?
Be like, what if we just didn't go to the movies? How about that? Yeah. All right. So I'm going to say worst movie I've ever seen.
Best movie of all time. Apologize
Split-
to our listeners for David being so wrong.
Split decision. Look.
We don't have a ton of split
No,
decisions.
and it was a harsh split. I could have sat here and poo-pooed all over it, but I'm just telling you, I really did.
Luckily, we have that clear 2-point grading system.
Well, it's a 4-point grading system. We just have not used the 2 new points.
That's because they're bullshit.
That's a matter of perspective.
You tried to,
What do you call it, liberal bullshit?
Right? It's liberal BS. You tried to pacify me by adding some gradients of yes or no.
I heard,
But it's basically a yes or no grading system.
I heard some feedback this weekend
Talk to me.
from one of our steady, loyal listeners.
Yeah.
The right guy.
Yeah.
And he said, why did you give in to Penn? He said, you should have stuck your ground.
Oh, yeah.
You shouldn't have changed
Yeah.
the system. He said,
You're right.
He's like, you're right. He's like, why'd you give in to him like that? It's like that. It's got to be. He's like, I like the polar. It's got to be one or the other.
That's it.
And I said, look, he was serious, and I gave a little.
It's
called compromise, my dude.
It's called maturity.
Yeah.
The funny thing is, people who know me know. A lot of people who know me think it would be safe to say I go to extremes. Mm-hmm. So the fact that I was looking for a better rating system.
See, that's the thing. I don't think they really know you, because the real you, when you have to give someone else an opinion, will go middle ground. You'll stick the safe,
Not always.
straight and narrow. All right. Well, in this specifically, when it comes to movies.
Yeah. Well, that's true.
Yeah.
That is true.
Not everything in life, just movies.
Right. All right. So split decision.
Okay,
You
Furiosa.
should definitely go see Furiosa
Don't avoid it like the plague. But
as
next
soon
week,
as possible.
Muppets movie.
The 45th anniversary of the Muppet movie.
Perfect.
$5 a head. Come on.
All right, let's move on to listener feedback, questions, comments, and so forth. If you want to be a part of the show like these delightful people, the way to do that is to email us, podcast@penncinema.com. Let's start off. We heard from the long lost but ever talked about Encyclopedia Brown. He wrote in with a very special announcement. Penn Cinema's own
Noah
Darling has a short film out. And did you watch it?
I did.
I did too.
It's amazing.
I thought it was a neat little twist on Film Bros.
I even reposted it on my LinkedIn account.
Nice.
Yes.
Nice.
This is a young man who has worked for us for a number of years and has since left and gone. Well, he's still working here, but he's away at college up at Ithaca in upstate New York.
Nice.
And man, we just couldn't be prouder of him. Can we post the movie on our?
We can share the link on. Yeah.
We'll have to double check. I'm sure
We can
that
share
it's.
it on our Facebook page.
I'm sure that it's okay, but we'll try to get
okay.
permission from Mr. Darling to post his jaunt.
I'll leave that up to the team.
Yeah,
Behind the scenes.
But anyway, just a cool comment, and thanks, Encyclopedia Brown, Jason, for putting that on our radar. It was super cool.
Yeah. You want to handle this next one?
I do. Nick Landis playing already. He wrote in response. Last week we talked about IMAX, and me being Mr. Movie Theater,
Yeah.
having so much knowledge,
Knowledge abundance.
knowledge abound.
Yeah.
I flew with my team to Toronto so that I could tour the IMAX facilities, be briefed on. They're not in Toronto, but they're in a little town. I don't know, 45 minutes or so outside of Toronto, half hour or something like that. You would almost call it a suburb. I
Whoa.
think it's like Mississauga or something weird.
I call it a prime burb.
Right.
It's head of the sub.
Oh my god. So that's how I get so knowledgeable on IMAX.
Yeah.
Do you want to explore? Is there something to explore?
No.
there?
It was a lame joke.
I don't think there's anything down that alley.
was
That's
good.
a
Yeah,
closed alley. Let's keep walking.
I was just going to say, I wonder why she goes to me after that joke.
Glad we got to the bottom of that.
Yeah.
So anyway, all of this knowledge prepared me last week to say, well, there's different kinds of movies. There's some that are just stuck in IMAX. That was my professional explanation of those. And then there's some that are cool for IMAX, and that was my explanation of those.
Right.
And then there are some that are shot with IMAX cameras.
Right.
And that was my explanation of those.
I would call it a high vocabulary breakdown of the situation.
Right. So Landis Plane already was not appreciative of my explanation.
He said, when I come to the Pencil podcast.
So he came at us with the following information. There are, in fact, two kinds of IMAX cameras. There's an IMAX film camera and an IMAX certified camera. IMAX film cameras, the cameras are made in-house by IMAX and use the original 70 millimeter film format from the old documentary days.
Although I think they do digital now.
Okay.
I could be wrong.
IMAX certified cameras are digital cameras made by other manufacturers that IMAX deem high quality enough. Typically, this just means they have large sensors and can take a large lens. What IMAX meant in that press release, last week when we were talking about this was all brought up because IMAX, I referenced an IMAX press release that said like next year, 2025, I think there's going to be biggest year ever for IMAX cameras. What Landis Plane says, what IMAX meant in that press release is that it will be the biggest year for these IMAX certified cameras, but that probably does mean it's the biggest year for has exclusive aspect ratio in IMAX. I think Penn's system of describing the IMAX films is quite good. And that's where the email ends.
Yeah. It doesn't say anything else. It's over after that.
Right. Penn's the best.
Yeah. End of sentence.
Right.
We never got another email from anyone.
So the system that he's referring to is what I just said a second ago about, some that are jammed in, some that are good enough, and some that are made with IMAX cameras. But he does go on to say, I think Penn's system is quite good, but IMAX does have their own system that you can see in their marketing when you look for it.
Okay.
And I really actually, all kidding aside, I really appreciated Nick pointing this out.
Yeah, it's a good breakdown.
Because it does, now that he mentions it, you do see this in all the advertising. And it's interesting to note that it's not just different verbiage, it actually does sort of mean stuff. So he says IMAX does have their own system, which you can see in their marketing if you look for it. The first level is the experience in IMAX. That's the Challengers. Remember we talked about a movie that just, there's an open window and they stick it in IMAX. Right. So now your experience in IMAX. Then the second level is filmed for IMAX. This is a movie shot with IMAX certified digital cameras, probably has an exclusive aspect ratio. A good example of this would be Dune.
Right.
Even though the ending was terrible, the aspect ratio was amazing.
I'll give you that.
Yeah, my man. And then the third and highest level is shot on IMAX film cameras, which is typically what you see with somebody like Christopher Nolan and whatnot. This is a movie shot with IMAX 70 millimeter cameras. At least some of the scenes, like Oppenheimer, Inception, etc.
Yeah.
What's the next really big? I mean, the next big IMAX titles are Inside Out, Despicable Me, Deadpool. But I'm trying to think what the next big, like, Inception type of movie, Oppenheimer type of movie.
Oh, I don't know.
I don't know either. I mean, maybe I'll look into that for last year.
Yeah.
Next week.
Time travel once again.
Right.
Then we heard from Bring the Noise, Bring the Funk. Jason, I believe is his name. Why are you looking at me like that?
Because I'm editing out all of these side alleys. You know what I mean? Like, because didn't you call him "What Can Brown Do for You" last week or a couple weeks ago when you forgot his nickname?
Yeah, Brown Clown.
Right,
yeah.
Brown Clown, something like that.
Bring the Noise, Bring the Funk is his name, right?
That is absolutely. Okay. That's the one and the same. And then I was thinking, I was staring at you because I was thinking about Jason. How we have another Jason that already wrote in that we already discussed like a few minutes ago. So I had like a thing about like another Jason, and then I was trying to tie it together with like the horror movie.
Chasing that Jason,
Oh, we haven't heard from that guy in a long time.
I don't know who that is, but yeah.
Jeffrey, not Jonathan. Jacob. Jacob
right.
George. Jingleheimer Schmidt.
But Bring the Noise, Bring the Funk. He's like, what do you got to get an intro for music?
Yeah.
And clearly, what fits better Bring the noise, bring the funk.
I thought that was good. You were going to play a clip from Bring in the Noise, Bring in the Funk.
That would be good.
That's next level.
Okay, I'll see what I can do.
Like a little percussion, like with some good, like.
Here's what it takes for it to happen. I need to be inspired and not lazy.
Oh.
And have my system hooked up to my computer.
All at the same time.
All at the same time for it to happen.
AKA the perfect storm.
Yeah, and if it doesn't, then so
that's where we're at.
he said a few weeks back, David said, "En Talib Kweli."
David
After
said,
Penn said,
blah, 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 and who?
David said, "En Talib Kweli."
Right.
After Penn said, "Mos Def." And you know what? My respect for the show and David specifically grew three sizes that day. Never would I ever expected that reference, and I couldn't help but smile. I don't think you know that reference.
I don't.
Well, Mos Def and Talib Kweli put out an album called Black Star that was really good. They're rappers.
Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah.
I love one of the things I'm proud of on this show, and I hate it when we both do it.
Yeah.
And I hate it when it goes unnoticed. Like, I have slipped Grateful Dead quotes.
Oh, yeah.
I have slipped Seinfeld references. I have slipped other references, and I love when you just slip them in like so subtly and we don't even stop to like appreciate them. And apparently that's what happened last week. And so kudos to the Noise and Defunk for catching it. And kudos to you for making it.
Thank you. That's one of, ever since that was like a thing, because I can't remember from the music video, they say their names or whatever. And anytime someone says Mos Def, I'm always like, Tyler Quelly.
You are a Renaissance man.
But I'm not a Renaissance man.
No.
That's a whole different level.
Right.
He says he's from the Washington State area and wants to know why we hate it. I think he's a new listener, so he doesn't understand that someone's brother, we won't name any names.
No, could be anybody.
Someone's brother who could listen to the show.
Right. Wait.
Doesn't listen
Should
to the
we
show.
ask? I mean, do we know they have access to the internet up in the Northwest?
Oh, that's true. First, clarify for us, is there internet out there in the Wild
Right.
West?
Because if there's no internet,
That would explain a lot.
that could be. And don't get us wrong.
Yeah.
We love our brother, but we don't understand why the people in Pacific Northwest.
I mean,
aren't-
that person loves the brother.
Right.
Yeah.
The unnamed podcast host.
Yeah. Ambiguous podcast host.
Right. Yeah.
So that's where that comes from, that making fun of the West, because he's
And as long as we're talking about the PNW, the Great Northwest, working as a cook for a spell, why do we not have more downloads from Canada?
that's
And further follow-up question, why have we still, all these months later, not heard from our friends in Ireland?
anyway, we know you listen to like 10 to 20 shows a month out there, people.
Right.
Like, come on.
Come on, somebody's got to write us from Ireland. I will use Google Maps. Tell us what town you're at.
Because we're not going to know how to pronounce it.
Right.
That's for sure.
Right.
All right. He was in Canada, but his family wouldn't let him listen to the show because they don't like good podcasts. All right. He says there was a brief description of rom-coms, which I am a huge fan of. The worse, the better they are to watch. My wife and I's favorite ones to watch are the Hallmark Channel ones. They subscribe to the streaming service and the free ones on Amazon Prime. Excuse me. He says, speaking of rom-coms, that leads me to a top 5 question.
Wait, I didn't do my homework. Did you do yours?
I forgot mine,
All right,
so we'll have to double up.
We'll have to defer.
Yeah. What are your top 5 rom-com tropes? He says, mine are, in no particular order,
I love this.
when the two main characters hate each other the first time they meet each other for some dumb reason.
A great example of this is Life After. What's the one with Katherine Heigl and Hamill?
Mark Hamill?
No.
That would be what I'd watch.
Right, that would be
Mark
good.
Hamill,
Right.
Katherine Heigl.
Life as we know it.
Okay,
Life as
all
we
right.
know it with Dumal.
Jason Demoe?
It's so good. It's the one where she says she's going on a first blind date early in the movie with the guy. Or it's not a blind date, it's like a setup, and they're in her car. It's a smart car. And then she gets really mad at him because he makes a date for later on after their date. And then she goes, "Get out of my car. Get out of my smart car." All right, so the first trope that he hates, or no, that he
two characters
loves,
hate, yeah.
that he loves, is when two main characters hate each other in the beginning, the first time they meet.
The parents completely meddling in love life of the main character. Going from the city to someplace rural completely changes someone.
Hannah Montana.
It happens to me every time.
Every time you drive up to Airport Road.
Yeah. I'm like, where am I? Life is so different out here.
The golf traffic is so awful.
It's at least 25 minutes away from its source.
David left to get to the podcast this morning. He left last night. He packed a bag.
I legit left 45 minutes earlier than normal because I thought the traffic was going to be bad. All right. The jobs the main characters have that I'm not convinced are real jobs. Ad executive, social media influencer, extremely niche small business owner, etc. And then he says fake technology, specifically search engines, websites, or apps, which are all completely fake.
I don't know. I don't get the fake technology one. What do you mean? In a rom-com, I don't get it.
I think it's they come up with some sort of like, I have an app that shows me all the cute guys in the area.
Oh, gotcha.
That like specifically only this certain type of guy. Or,
Right.
Or like this, walks my dog.
Or like Big,
Yeah.
like some technology, fortune teller that
Yeah, like
switches
that.
your ages.
Zoltan. Is that what his name was?
Yep, yes, sure is.
Yeah. All right.
Next week we will do our homework, and we will. What was the assignment? Your top 5 romantic comedies.
Yeah, and then there's another one. I'll look it up and
Oh my
remind you.
God!
I know.
This is just like middle school all over again.
Well,
We're behind in our
13.
we're behind in our studies.
Yeah. Let's move on to what are you doing? What are you watching? What's going on with you outside of the theater? Give me a rundown.
David, what's with you?
What's going on? What is it with you?
So, can I just pause? This is a true story. I swear to God, this is a true story.
Yeah.
And I'm nervous telling it because they might be listening.
Uh-oh.
I had lunch with someone the other day. Someone who I've known for many years. But we decided after all these years, we should really know each other better. We should be friends and we should be working together. So we made plans to go get lunch together, which we did, and it was lovely. We had a great time, really hit it off. But I sat down and made the required prerequisite. That's not the right word. Made the small talk, and then started talking about business. And this person goes, "So, what's your deal?"
What is it with you?
Yeah, exactly. And I was like, I have a deal. I don't know what my deal is. I have no idea.
Get it together.
Right. Yeah. Anyway. All right. So I have some good answers this week for what I'm watching, what I'm doing.
Please.
Kayla and I watched Ricky Stenicki.
How was it?
Do not recommend.
Oh, bummer. The trailers looked funny.
I'm watching a show called Dark Matter on Apple TV, and
I've heard of it.
It reminds me a lot of that German one, Dark.
Mm-hmm.
It's very similar. Basically, hopefully I'll remember the guy's name while I'm talking. Joel Edgerton. There's parallel universes, and he figures out a way to travel from one parallel universe into the other parallel universe and kidnaps himself and switches places. Like grabs himself and throws him back into the original parallel universe because in one universe, when he found out his girlfriend was pregnant, he dropped everything and married her, and they have this very cozy, happy, peaceful life together with a child and everything. And then in this other universe, he bails on her. But in that second universe, he becomes a wildly successful scientist and invents the technology to be able to travel between universes. But once he invents that technology, he realizes he wished he had settled down and stayed with her. So he goes back to the first universe, grabs himself, throws him into that other universe.
Yeah.
As you can imagine, his self is incredibly confused when he appears in the... It's wild. I'm 3 episodes in, and I'm really enjoying this show.
Interesting.
It's great. It also stars Jennifer Connelly.
What?
Amy and I finished A Gentleman in Moscow, which we both loved.
Oh, it's such a good ending.
Yes, beautiful.
Yeah.
The whole family is loving Special Forces, it's on Hulu. It's the B-list celebrities that go through boot camp.
Oh, yeah.
And it's not good in the sense of like, oh, what a great show, or it's super inspiring or anything like that. But it is so much fun to watch. I would not recommend that you just go sit somewhere and watch this, but like get somebody and get some snacks and watch this show because it's a riot. Like just making fun of the contestants. You know, some of them like take themselves real seriously. Some of them are real earnest. Some of them are complete prima donnas. Like it's a riot. I'm not sure it's intended to be a comedy, but it is.
Interesting.
Yeah. What about you? What's your deal?
What, you know what my deal is?
Yeah. Talk to me.
I can't kick Star Trek. So we got one more week and then Discovery is done. Thank God. But been watching Discovery. Not much else going on for me. I've been playing Animal Crossing because I got my mom into it, and I need to know how to answer her questions.
Right.
And so now I'm playing it, and I'm like, I wasn't planning on doing this, but I am having a good time.
That's all that counts.
That's all that matters. So, all right, next week, Muppets.
45th anniversary of the Muppet movie.
It'll be awesome, and the show will be out on Tuesday because Muppets doesn't come out till Sunday. So,
David, I got something to talk about.
oh, wait, what?
I just think that
Right
we should address the elephant in the room. We've been getting a lot of feedback, you and I, from a lot of educators.
That's true. That's true.
It's that time of year, finals, exams, reports, projects. And what a lot of educators are telling us is kids, instead of completing their final exam, are just listen to the Penn Cinema podcast, like in universal fashion.
And acing it.
And acing it. And a lot of the educators think this is great because what could be more educational and useful at the end of an academic year than to advise your teacher to listen to the Penn Cinema podcast? Right. But some of the educators don't appreciate it. So I just want to say, like, to all the kids listening who are coming up on finals, like, enough's enough.
Yeah.
You know, when they ask you for the quadratic equation,
right.
Don't listen to the Penn Cinema podcast.
Right.
You should write the correct answer, which obviously is like x equals 4.
Duh.
But then what you could do is you could write x equals 4 and then also write for bonus credits, because a lot of superintendents have reached out to me and said, what we will agree to is if you listen to the Penn Cinema podcast after the correct answer, we'll give you triple your points value.
What I also heard was pretty amazing.
Yeah.
Is at the top where you put your name.
Right.
Some people have been putting
Penn Ketchum
or David Moulton from the Penn Cinema podcast.
Right. Yes. Yes.
That also helps a lot.
And I think teachers are really amused by that.
Yeah.
I think they would think that was really funny if you continued to do that.
Well, that's one way you could.
One way you could help.
Yeah.
But let's say you dropped out of school.
Right.
Because school's for suckers.
Right, who would go?
Right.
Not us, clearly.
What do we look like? A couple of chumps?
Yeah. Just tell a friend.
Right, just tell a friend.
Yeah.
How much you're enjoying the show.
That's the easy way out.
Yep. And if you know anyone in Ireland, tell them to friggin' write us.
Yeah, please. Please. All right, well, once again, for the Penn Cinema podcast, I'm David Moulton.
And I'm Penn Ketchum. Take care and party on.
Thanks for joining us this episode. Our hosts would love to hear from you. To contact the show with your thoughts and reviews, email podcast@penncinema.com. This podcast is a production of Penn Cinema. Escape to the movies at Penn Cinema, featuring crisp digital projection, killer sound, reserved seating, and premium power recliners. With locations in Lancaster, Pennsylvania, Wilmington, Delaware, and Huntington Valley, Pennsylvania. Showtimes and tickets available at www.penncinema.com.